Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today we're going to start the ECW DVD Collection. I'm going to do this in two parts. I'm going to do the 3 DVDs you see here, and then I'm going to do the ECW unreleased DVD collection video. I have already done the ECW pay-per-views along with the, one night stand pay-per-view collection. So if you haven't seen the pay-per-view collection, guys, go out of your way, check those videos out after this one is done. Let's get right into this, guys. So with the rise and fall of ECW, this sparked a lot of interest in the ECW product, and I believe RVD went to McMahon and said, "Hey man, have you ever thought of doing like a one night show for ECW?" And that's kind of how One Night Stand came about. The rise and fall of ECW might be one of the best selling DVDs of all time. They definitely tried to replicate the rise and fall of WCW after this DVD. Many consider this to be the best DVD WWE's ever done. It's a great set. I don't believe it's the best overall, but I do believe it's in the top 5 for sure. Probably top 3. 100% top 3. So, as the One Night Stand pay-per-views came along, they released Bloodsport and Extreme Rules DVD here, and it really sparked an interest in the, past ECW product. So let's get right into the rise and fall of ECW. First off, back released in 2004. So this DVD is already 14 years old. It's an awesome DVD. ECW, a chant still heard in arenas around the world. ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling redefined pro wrestling in the 90s with a reckless, they actually spelled reckless wrong. I believe it's spelled with a W. Reckless, brutal, death-defying, and often bloody style that came to be known as hardcore. It attracted a rabid cult-like following that is still going strong today. This 6-hour two-disc set follows the rise and the eventual demise of a company that raised the bar and revolutionized sports entertainment forever. So they go over bonus matches and different things like that, but I'll run down the insert. We got a 6-hour runtime, PS2 compatible, TVMA, as you'll see with all 3 DVDs here. Really nice cover. I like that a lot, with the barbed wire and the black and red ECW. It just makes it pop so much. And recently I seen this at a local pawn shop. I wasn't gonna pick it up just because I had it already, and I thought, I'll let someone else enjoy this as much as I have. Let's take a look at all the spines first. I like how they all kind of line up. Not really though, but I think the Extreme Rules DVD is the plainest of the 3 and the weakest of the 3, actually. I did actually have Bloodsport many years ago, so I was happy to get Bloodsport back in the collection. So ECW, disc art, fairly similar to the cover. Let's run down this insert, because there's a lot to go through. There's a better look at the different photos here. From the Sandman, Dreamer, Rhino, Jericho, Taz, the Dudleys, Al Snow, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, Stone Cold, RVD, Don Marie, Rey Mysterio, Mikey Whipwreck, Eddie Dean, Spike. Don Marie is actually one of my favorite divas. Look at this chapter listing, guys. Incredible. From the early days of ECW all the way to the demise of ECW and Paul Heyman's debut on Raw. The documentary lasts, I believe, 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's damn near 3 hours. It's one of the longest documentaries they've ever done. And this is why. Disc 2 extras, we got our 7 matches. Not the best match listing, but you're buying this mainly for the documentary. The matches are secondary with the docs. So we got the Pitbulls versus Raven and Stevie. 2 out of 3 fall dog collar match for the tag titles. Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Psychosis, another 2 out of 3 falls. Mikey Whipwreck versus the Sandman, the ladder match for the ECW title. That would be where Steve Austin would make a cameo. 2 Cold Scorpio versus Sabu. Tommy Dreamer versus Raven. Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow. That's an awesome match from Asbury Park. RVD versus Jerry Lynn. Awesome match again. And a couple other extras with Stevie apologizing for leaving ECW. Taz seeking Paul Heyman's blessing. And Paul Heyman being a travel agent. Let's get into Bloodsport, guys. Comment down below some of your favorite moments from the original ECW, from some of your favorite moments from these 3 DVDs. Bloodsport. Pretty underrated DVD, I would say. And this thing is actually like a metallic red. It's a really nice set. So this one is Bloodsport, the most violent matches. And back in I forget exactly when I had this. It was, quite a while after this released. It might have been, 4 or 5 years after it was released. But that was, I had, the XPW Hardcore Homecoming, the Hardcore Forever documentary, which are very underrated docs. If you guys ever see those around, make sure you pick those up because they're actually really good. They feature, guys like Douglas and Raven that weren't a part of the Rise and Fall doc. So again, we got 5 hours, 15 minutes. This would be released 2005. And it's more of a match comp here. Features 19 of the most brutal matches in the history of ECW. Hand selected by the evil genius Paul Heyman, who introduces every violent match. Whether you're looking for barbed wire, flaming tables, branding irons, or death-defying lucha libre, this collection is sure to satisfy the most extreme ECW enthusiasts. So very, very good set. I like that disc art quite a bit with the blood drop and around the disc holder there. Really, really nice. So again, let's run down the insert, guys. There's some pretty cool, entertaining matches on here, but try to check this out, guys. It's really, really nice cover. I love the white and red. I'm a sucker for white covers. So again, not the same, but... And also available on DVD, we got ECW One Night Stand and The Rise and Fall. So check those out, guys. So disc 1... Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck versus Public Enemy. Got Sandman and Terry Funk versus Cactus Jack and Shane Douglas. Which is really weird because Jack and Douglas trained together in the late 80s. We got a Taipei death match. Ian Rotten versus Axel Rotten. And these guys pretty much tape glass on their hands and beat the crap out of each other with this glass taped on their hands. And of course, the camera's being funky now and doesn't want to autofocus. It really grinds my gears when it does that. We got a Mexican death match, Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis. 4 corners match for the ECW TV title. A weapons match, Tommy Dreamer versus Brian Lee. I believe it's not the scaffold match. It's a completely different match, actually. We got a stretcher match, RVD versus Sabu. A 3-way dance, #1 contender match for the ECW heavyweight title. Barely Legal 97. Disc 2, got a barbed wire match for the ECW title. Sabu versus Terry Funk. Intergender match, one of the most talked about. Beulah McGillicuddy versus Bill Alfonso. This is a tongue twister. ECW death match, Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow. It's a pretty underrated feud from ECW, as Taz and Bam Bam You know, you always hear about, you know, the Sabu and Taz, or the Raven and Sandman, and Raven and Dreamer. ECW title match, Taz vs. Shane Douglas. Chicago Street Fight, Falls Count Anywhere match for the ECW tag titles. Dudley's vs. Spike and Balls. ECW World title match, Mike Awesome vs. Spike Dudley. We got ECW on TNN, Rhino vs. Sandman. We got a three-way dance and I Quit match. And they start back up around 2005. ECW One Night Stand, Mike Awesome vs. Masato Tanaka. We also got extras where they run down the Taipei Death Match, ECW in Blood, the Flaming Table, the I Quit match, Getting into Business, the Pitbulls, Just Incredible on being champion. We also have another match there with the Gangstas versus Public Enemy. Let's run down ECW Extreme Rules now. A 2006 release with a 3-hour runtime. That's obviously wrong. I believe it is closer to a 6-hour runtime. Not sure why it says 3 hours, but it's a easy mistake. I kind of like the cover, but at the same time, I really don't. I don't know what it is. It's, you know, it just seems really plain and lazy cover with the paint splatter. I don't know what it is. But like I said, I believe this is the weaker of the 3 DVDs. So ECW is back with a vengeance after a 4-year hiatus. The maniacal band of extremists have returned, delivering the anything goes Extreme Rules matches that sports entertainment fans have come to love. Extreme Rules will deliver some of the best matches of today, mixed with incredible early ECW matches that set the standard. So this is hosted by Taz and Joey Styles, and it includes alternate commentary of the legendary Extreme Death match between Taz and Sabu. So then they run down some of the matches. You know, basic disc art, similar to the cover, both discs. Let's run down disc 1. You know, now we don't have a pamphlet, we just have our basic insert. So, again, we got Sandman versus Cactus Jack. We have a Steel Cage Weapons match. The Gangsters versus the Eliminators. I love the Eliminators. Perry Saturn and Cronus. Here's a scaffold match. Tommy Dreamer versus Brian Lee. Stairway to Hell match. Sabu versus Sandman. Dudleyville Street Fight with Bubba Ray, Devon, and Big Dick Dudley for Sandman, Dreamer, and Spike. We got an extreme death match to unify the ECW and FTW championships. Taz versus Sabu. And in between each match, they do these extreme memories, these vignettes. We got Sabu, Sandman, later years, Balls Mahoney. So we got Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka. We got a TLC and Kane's match for the ECW title. Steve Corino, Sandman, and Just Incredible. I believe that's one of the last ECW pay-per-views. So moving on to, modern ECW. One Night Stand 2005, Dudley's vs. Dreamer and Sandman. Rey Mysterio vs. RVD and WWE vs. ECW. We got more, extreme memories. Got an Extreme Rules match for the world title, Mysterio and Sabu. A mixed tag match, the Foley, Edge, and Lita versus Dreamer, Funk, and Beulah. RVD versus The Big Show. I believe that's when RVD lost the title. Big Show versus Ric Flair. Yeah, because that screams ECW. Ladder match to determine the number 1 contendership for the ECW title. Sabu versus RVD. An Extreme Rules match. RVD and Sabu versus Test and Mike Knox. We got an extreme vignette with The Big Show. Not the biggest fan of that, or Kelly Kelly. We also have one with CM Punk, Kevin Thorne. And finally, Extreme Rules match, RVD versus Hardcore Holly. Hardcore Holly got a nasty gash on his back during that match. So like I said, guys, let me know your thoughts on these 3 DVDs. Take some time and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you later. Peace.